Good afternoon. My name is Annabelle Rabinowitz, and today my speech will be on how music programs function in today's society, specifically how they function in schools. Music programs, specifically in schools, have been a debate for some time. They often are of the first programs to get cut from school funding when school programs have to make budget cuts. There are several benefits from studying music in general, according to several studies done by several institutions. However, there are always cons. They will be discussed later in the speech. Music has several benefits when it comes to just the brain alone. In a study done by the University of Southern California in 2017, it showed that music can change the makeup of your brain. The brain is a muscle, so the more that you practice and exercise the muscles in your brain, which you would do by practicing music, the more you exercise your brain, basically. Studying and practicing music can also change the white and gray matter in your brain, which makes different neurons fire differently. Also, the gray matter in your brain is responsible for processing information, so it can make it basically easier to comprehend things just by practicing from music. I do have a visual aid. It is a piano book. So basically just by practicing piano, you can improve your, improve your brain performance. It can, I'd hate to say make you smarter, because smarter is a relative term, but it can make your brain better at processing information. In an article from the Wall Street Journal in 2014, the article states that music studies can keep the mind sharp with age, increase focus, IQ, and persistence. So this is basically backing up the study done by the University of Southern California. Music programs also have a direct link to success in schools. These are some facts that I found. Schools that have a music program have an attendance rate of 93.3% comparatively to 84.9% in schools without music programs. This was a study done in 2015. Schools in all regions with lower quality instrumental programs scored higher in English and math than students who had no music at all. This was a study done in 2007. However, there are also cons to music programs in schools. The biggest one probably being budget concerns. They do pose a large budget concern for schools, especially the schools with less funding. They not only cost a lot of money because of the instruments, the space, and the concerts, but the schools also do have to hire a whole new set of faculty and staff that are trained in those areas as well. It can also cost a lot of extra money for the students' parents, which can make it hard to keep up with, basically, because of instruments, supplies, lessons, private instructors, things of that nature. Some do argue that music programs in schools can detract from academics as well. They argue that because students usually have more personal investment in extracurriculars, that they might practice or just be altogether more interested in the extracurriculars, this including music, than their regular classes. Another con would be the promotion of competition between students and faculty. In a lot of extracurriculars in general, the whole motive behind it is who can be the best program in that area, and sometimes promoting unhealthy competition between students and faculty alike can be just deteriorating for students' overall happiness, I suppose. And my final con to music programs would be stolen or damaged instruments can put a lot of schools, families, and students in general in a lot of trouble and debt. There are lots of opportunities for stolen or damaged instruments to occur. And finally, in conclusion, basically, music programs do have pros and cons to each. I would be interested in seeing several studies done about music programs during the pandemic. I feel like with the ever-changing world that we're all living in right now, it would be maybe different statistics, but I would be interested in seeing that. I hope you learned something, and thank you for listening.